Now, today we will start with another like a new project template. So, new architectural template project. Okay. So now we have learned wall, we have learned door, window, and we have learned how to create roof. Today we will start with creating the grid lines. Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, I created door, and when I applied, I need a hollow vertical thing in the center in the door, and I want to give class in the material. I'm not able to give that class in the extrusion thing, ma'am.
How come? On the properties panel only you will see something called material of extrusion.
Yes, ma'am, but I don't know why I can't, because even I've applied and I changed my that visual thing also shaded, but still I can't able to see my door the glass thing, ma'am, glass material.
Share the image with me. I'm sure you're missing out on something, because it's very simple. If you have created till then, if you have created the extrusion and everything, you just have to correctly select the extrusion and then give it a glass material from the side properties panel.
Okay, ma'am, I'll try, because I still know my laptop is updating. So can I show you later, ma'am?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, so now guys, today we are going to start with how to create columns and all. So now before that we will learn how to create the grid lines. So can anybody tell me what is the main importance or the main usage of creating grids in any architectural drawing?
To know the distance.
Distance between what?
Levels, heights.
No, not like the grid lines which we make in the plan.
Between the distances between the columns, ma'am. Columns.
Yeah, yes. When you're making a column layout, so from which part of the column is the grid line passing?
Center.
Yeah. So always be careful about that. So now creating grid line is very easy in Revit. You just have to, under architecture, you have this datum. Remember from where we used to find the level option. Next to level, we have grid. Click on grid. And you can actually just click, drag, and click. Your grid line is created. Now,
Ma'am, can you repeat, ma'am?
yeah. Go to grid, click, drag, and click. Now, once you have created this, you will notice that the numbering, like basically in a grid, even if you will study, when you will study a plan, a structural plan where you have the grid lines, either you make it like numerical order, or in alphabetical order. So let's say we name it as A. Now I click on the grid line which I have created, go to copy. Don't do it now, guys. I'll give you time. So just have a look, and it's because it's very simple. Just have a look and then I'll give you time to practice. So click on this once you have created it. Then go to the copy option, copy, check the multiple copies option. And then select the endpoint and like at whatever distance you want, you can place it. And you will notice that basically whatever order you gave for the first line, whatever alphabetical or numerical, same series it's going to follow for rest of the copies which you're going to create. Like this. All are alphabetical ones. Now you can also, yeah?
Can't we do offset, ma'am?
Can't you do offset? This
Yeah.
one? Yeah, but then generally when you're doing multiple copy, then I mean it's the same thing, no? When you're doing multiple copy for a line.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So now you have this vertical grid. Now you will notice that when you're copying this and then going to the vertical one, it will follow the same series A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then it will start with H. But I want it to be numerical now because I want the horizontal grids to be alphabetical order, like to be in alphabetical order, and vertical ones to be in numerical order. So I have changed it to 1. Now I'll select this, copy, click, copy, 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 copy. So my grid lines are ready. This is alphabetical series, this is numerical series. Another thing you will see that these are the straight ones. What if I want something in a different, like a different shape of grid line? There are times when we have different shape of grid lines. So for now we have this one plus curved ones, all these things are there. Now we have also something called multi-segment. Click on this, click, drag, again, click, click, drag. So this is the pink line. You just have to drop the line in the pink line and OK. And you will get another grid line. So try creating these now, guys. Create horizontal, vertical, and multi-segment grid lines. Done, all of you? Are the grid lines created now?
Yes, ma'am.
What about others?
Done,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So now once we are done with the grid lines, what is the next step? We have to place the columns. So you will see you have something called columns over here next to component. So once you're done with creating your grid lines, go to column, but then click on this drop down arrow and select the architectural column. Now again, for column, you have your width and the depth of the column there. Now, when you go to edit type, you will see the depth of the column, the width of the column. And it's a rectangle. It belongs to the rectangular column, M rectangular column. So if I want to, what do I do if I want to change the dimension of the column first? What is the first step which I need to do?
Duplicate.
Duplicate.
Yes. So I'll duplicate first. And now let's say I want 350 by 700 mm. Okay. 350 by 700 mm. Now material you can choose. Then depth, I'll change the depth to 350. Width to 700 and OK. Now you will see whenever you bring the column towards the intersection of the grid lines, it will be highlighted. The entire thing will be highlighted. Now you just have to click. And the height is over here. Like you can mark any other level also. For now, I'm marking it to level 2. Okay, there's a very basic question which I want to ask you all. So when you're creating the columns, what do you think? Like at every floor, do you want to keep creating different columns, or like how do you want to go about it? Like let's say there are 3 levels. So do you want to create one from level 1 to level 2 and then another one from level 2 to level 3, or how do you want to go about it?
The column will extend to all the floors.
Yeah, so don't do that mistake, because I've seen a lot of students doing this mistake. The column is going to be through without any breakage from your basement or like whatever, wherever you're showing, till the topmost level of the building. So don't do this mistake of creating columns in bits and pieces. So make sure that you're creating it properly. Now, I have placed these columns. I'll go to the 3D. I can see all the columns which are placed. Now, another thing, that this is my family which is already there. So let's just see how to edit the family. Just try this, everyone. I'm getting one important. Done, everyone? Could you all place it properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Placing.
Now, what I, yeah?
Ma'am, column grids are just a planes, right? Those are just a plane, right?
What? I didn't understand you. The grids are just a plane, you're saying?
Yeah.
No, they are not planes. They are not work planes. Don't get confused by work planes. They are just reference lines for your column placement.
Yeah. Okay. And then how did you got this number 1, 2, 3 of those grids?
I changed it, no? Over here.
Okay. Yeah.
Arshada, this is architectural column, right? Not structural, right?
No. This is architectural column.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can the same grid serve as centerline plans, ma'am, for a project?
Can the same grid serve as the centerline plans?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by centerline plans?
Working drawings, ma'am.
Oh, working drawing plans. So, see, you have basically now you have the grid lines made. Okay. Now, in working drawing, you will have the grid lines for a lot of things. Like you have it even in between the wall. So
Yes, ma'am.
mainly even in working drawing, the first grid line which you have to put is for the basement or for the column layout. And then throughout in every plan, you will be having the same grid line. The grid line doesn't change with this thing, no, with your plans, because
Yes.
even if you're showing the in between the, like if there's a grid line running in between the wall, that means the wall is a load bearing wall. That will be same throughout the level. It's not a non load bearing wall which can change.
Okay.
So a grid layout is basically a thing which will be there on all the levels. It will be same only. Let it be structure, let it be related to the column or some load bearing wall or whatever beam layout. I mean, yeah, column and the load bearing wall or even the beam layout you can see.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, now these things we have placed, like we have placed the architectural like columns over here. What if I want to change it? So click on this one, go to edit family. Now you will see that basically an extrusion has been made of rectangular profile. So let's just go to the floor plan and ground floor plan. So here you will see that the parameters are already created and this is my extrusion. So what if I want to change it? How do I do that? Click on this. Like, what do you think? How can I change the profile? What's if I want to make a circular column? How can I do it? And this is an extrusion. How do I do it?
Edit extrusion, ma'am.
Edit extrusion.
Then what should I do?
Create new profile, ma'am, from the shape option.
It will be grayed out because I'm already in profile mode.
Edit type, ma'am.
Directly circle, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll just remove this first and create a circle over here. And okay. Now you will see that I have a circular column. And now what will happen if I load into the project? Will I get only one of them changed or all of them changed?
All of them, ma'am.
Yeah. So if I load into the project and overwrite the existing version and its parameter value, all of them will change because I changed the family. It's not about the type, but I changed the entire family. Understood? Now try this. But before, like along with this, I want you all to change one more thing. How do I, like right now, the depth and all, the depth and the width is are the parameters for the column. How can I add the radius of the column as a parameter? What do you think? How can I add the radius?
Create parameter, ma'am, by using the dimension tool.
Okay, so where should I dimension? Like which portion should I dimension? Because right now I have two circular top, right? There's a circular top and there's a circular bottom. Two circular profiles are there.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is better that you go inside the extrusion. This is the profile. Now go when under measure. Right now we were using the align dimension till now. So you click on this arrow and go to radial dimension. And you will get the diagram. Now, double escape out of it. What was the procedure of creating it as a parameter?
Click on the
Click
dimension.
on the dimension.
Yeah.
And there's an icon called label dimension.
Yes.
Label dimension.
Now see, this is my R. Now I'll do OK. Why I avoided making the parameter for radius on the top? Because then I would have, then if I would have changed the radius for this top, it would have become tapered like this. So
yes,
this portion, like then I would have again made a parameter for the bottom circle also. So what I did, instead of going through all of that, I just created a radius parameter in the profile only, because that profile is only running throughout the 3D, right? That is the same profile which is creating this 3D model. So I made a parameter for the profile itself. Now, when I load into project and I do override the parameter values, I will select the circle. I will select the circular column, edit type. Over here, you will see R. Now I can change it. Try doing this, everyone. It's the same thing which we have learned till now. I just created the radius of the extrusion profile. The circular profile which we created for extrusion, I created the radius of that circular profile as a parameter for myself, and then I loaded that column family back into my project file.
I'm sorry, Archita, this small thing, the edit extrusion thing that you did at the starting, I kind of missed that.
See, you go to your ground floor of the column family, click on this, go to edit extrusion. Under measure, you click on the small arrow next to the diagram and select radial dimension. For a circle, you need radial dimension. So click on that, dimension it, and then create it as a parameter.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
How did you switch from the rectangular one to the circular one, ma'am?
Edit this thing, extrusion.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
in dimension part, I have edited it, ma'am. Like I have changed, I have gone for label thing and I have done. In edit and I have loaded it.
Yeah.
Then in edit type, if I change the dimension of that column, it is not changing.
It's not possible, Karthik. Can you tell me which one did you change? You changed the radial dimension only, no?
Yeah.
So did you go inside the extrusion and then give it a
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. But
just
in my
check whether your parameter which you have created, it's type or instance.
Type, ma'am.
Type. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, okay, fine. Then over here, when you select on the column, go to edit type. You're not able to see under the dimensions.
Madam, I'm able to see that thing, ma'am.
Yeah. Then I mean, what were you missing out?
Madam, before it was like 450 dia, madam, column
Oh, okay,
dia.
okay.
Then I changed to 500.
Huh.
It is not updating in my thing.
You
It is
changed
not
what? The
increasing.
depth to 500.
Not depth, madam. I have created another one thing like dia, column circular dia like that. I have created another one thing.
Yes. See, if I'm doing
Then
500, apply, it's changing.
in my thing, it is not changing.
It will change, Karthik, because if you have created the profile, the circular profile radius as a parameter,
Okay.
see over here, if it's a parameter and if you have loaded it properly, did you load the parameter values also properly?
Yes, ma'am. 1 minute, I'm checking. But I have deleted one dimension, that depth thing. Instead of that, I have created a column circular thing.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, in the ground floor, it is showing 238 ma'am mm. If I load into the project in level 1, it is showing 237.5. Why is it like that now?
That's okay, that's okay. Basically, when you're loading it, something might have been changing depending on the position. You can just go here and change it.
Okay.
Now, another thing, guys, so this is something which we changed in the family, which was already there. So when you click on this, it will still say M rectangular column. Now, again, just like we learned yesterday that if I wanted to create it as a separate one, what should I have done with the family file?
Save as.
Save as, right. So now another thing is there. Under the family template, we have something called column template. So you can go to File, New, Family, and you will get the metric column template. Open it. Now in this one, I'll tell you how to create a column by revolve to. So remember when we were doing revolve, we had discussed that that command is going to be helpful while creating columns. So go to your elevation. But before going to elevation, check which is the central work plane. What is the name? Front and back. Fine. So we will front and back. So let's just go to the back side. I'm in the elevation. Now, I have to be very particular that when I go to create, revolve, I need to set the work plane first because I want the work plane to be the central one. So click on set, center, front, back. Okay, sure. Now, under revolve, first you will decide the axis line. So click on this and let's say this is your axis line, the center. Now you have to go to the boundary line and start creating your column. See, your column with a capital is created. Now when you do load into project, okay, you can place this column. So what did we do? The first one we learned how to create, how to change the column by changing the extrusion. Second one, we learned how to create the column by using the revolve tool. So these are the two methods by which you can create the column.
Ma'am, can you please repeat, ma'am?
Which part do you want me to repeat? It's the same thing. It's what you have learned till now. Only like actually it's exactly the same whatever we have learned till now. What did I do? I went to the floor plan. First I checked which is the center one, because about on this plane only I want to make the profile so that it's placed centrally. So this is my front back. Now I'll go to any elevation like front or back one, and I will start creating a revolve element. But before that, you have to set the work plane to a center, front and back, and then create an axis line, choose an axis line, central one, and then create the boundary line and OK.
Okay.
And then just load into project.
Actually, what was the name of the template again, you said?
Metric column.
I'm only finding structural column here.
1 second. Remember where you had those curtain panel pattern based on all of those files? There only you will find the metric column.
Yeah, I have one. I have a detailed item line, detailed item, metric column is not there, but there is structural column. Will that work?
Structural column, it won't, because for that the parameters would be different, but you can open and try use the revolve command for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am, for me that I went to set work plane, but it's not showing the center up to back to front, ma'am.
How come it's not showing? What is happening?
I went to the elevation part and I click create. Then I went to set pick a plane. This
Who
one
asked you to do pick a plane? Remember, if that there's a reason why I saw the name. Remember when we were doing the elevation part, when we had to pick a plane in the elevation, we always did name in this option, drop down option, reference plane, center, front, back.
But
always we have done this
it's
one.
showing level ground floor, level upper reference floor.
Level ground floor, level upper level reference line, but there will be reference plane also.
Okay.
Click on this one. See, first you be sure which is your reference plane. This is the central one, check the name. Now, make sure that you go on either this elevation or this elevation. Then only this reference plane will work for you, right? So this is front and back. So go to either front or back elevation. Now, here go to create, revolve, set the work plane, choose a work plane front and back, and okay. Turn on show to check whether your correct work plane is turned on or not, and then start creating.
Okay.
Okay, do that. It's the exact same thing which we have learned before. So just try to recall and do it carefully.
Ma'am?
Yeah?
Ma'am, I'm having one doubt, ma'am.
Yeah,
How to, like I've sent one pic, ma'am, in WhatsApp.
Sorry, what?
Ma'am, in WhatsApp, I have sent you one pic.
Okay. Yeah, Karthik. So you want such type of capital, is it?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So now, oh, sorry, I had missed the previous messages which you sent. I'm so sorry. I'll have a look. So
Okay, ma'am.
now this capital which is there, how do you think you can create it? See, first thing is that the leaf part. Now this
Yes,
is something
ma'am.
very complicated. You will have to use multiple tools to create this.
Okay.
So like basically if you create one part of it, one leaf, then you can just copy it
Copy.
all around and it can be added to your column. So now you have to think of a way how to create this one leaf. So
Okay,
either
ma'am.
you can, there can be various ways of creating it. I'll have to look for it. But then this such type of capital when you're doing, you create one of the segments and then you place it all around the circular because there is a circular base. So, I mean, not a circular base, but the pillar. So this pillar, how can you create? You will have to give that profile when you're doing it. While
Okay.
you're extruding also, you can give that zigzag profile all around, and then you can extrude it. Now for the
Okay.
upper portion, what you will have to do here, these leaf elements are added all around that circular extrusion. So now you can create any one of that you can create, and then you can place it properly. So this one leaf, if you want exact this thing, then you can create it in a conceptual mass file. You can load it into the column family template, and then you can place it properly, because over here you will have restricted elements restricted tools to create this. So you can create it in a conceptual mass, load it over
Okay.
here, and then you can place it all around the capital which you have created.
Ma'am, all the leaves, ma'am. Like in the starting only there are like vertical leaves, like small leaves, and or
Yeah. Make it as one single entity only, no?
Okay.
So get one in a form of one single entity. Are you getting my point?
Ma'am, I'm getting, but I am thinking how to do.
That's what you'll have, because this basically you will have to sit with all when you're doing the conceptual mass thing, you will have to sit with these tools in the conceptual mass, like creating different work planes first, making the leaf which is at the back, that can be done very easily. That will be easy to create. But the front portion which is there, no, the one which is bending,
Yes, ma'am.
that will be a bit difficult. That again you will have to create another portion of it and place it together. So try and show me by creating the leaf at the background, the one which is at the background, the bigger one, and see if it
Okay.
happens or not, and then I'll tell you how to go about it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, then that in vertical thing, column thing, they have made like grooves, no, ma'am.
Grooves. Yeah.
For
So
that, can you
groups,
use that
you can
reveal?
actually, instead of creating something like this, because this you can create by having the void also. But instead of something like this, you can just have in the extrusion profile, you can create those wavy profile for the outline for the column, and the groups can run throughout the column.
In plan only we need to create, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ma'am, in the previous doubt, ma'am, the table, how to create that table, ma'am? I've tried few things, but that curve thing I am not able to do.
How come you're not getting? That's what I'm thinking. You have used this similar methods you have used. Okay, I'll look at this one also. Just share with me the file as well, because you have done it correctly. Like you have got it right, but then like I remember in the previous class you had done the opposite thing, so you were not getting the ceiling.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
But
so now
in this, I have tried 2 to 3 commands, ma'am. Reveal and extrusion and another one thing.
Why did you try extrusion in this one? This is basically like the circular are different, you know how this table has been created. Create different work planes. In every work plane, give the sectional profile of this this table, the curved sectional profile of this table, and then choose all of them and create a form out of it.
Can you show, ma'am?
I have to cover other topics. I'll do one thing, Karthik. Maybe I'll just record it and I'll send it to you.
Fine,
But listen to me, what I'm doing. I'm making the work planes. I'm creating the sectional. That's what I said when we were making the work plane. Remember, we had discussed that we can create the sectional profile in each and every work plane and then create an entire form out of it. So think of it how the sectional profiles will be there. Move the sectional profiles here and there so that a form can be generated.
Sectional, ma'am, that RP, no, ma'am, reference plane.
Yeah, on the reference plane only, because when you're making several reference planes, and on each reference plane, if you're creating a profile, that means when you select all of them together and create a form out of it, then you will get a proper one single form, right?
Ma'am.
Yeah. So that's what I'm referring to as sectional profile, what we create on each work plane.
Okay.
So not just an arc, it will be like a complete section of the table. At one point, whatever the section of the table is, it will be that.
Okay, ma'am. I'll try that thing.
Yeah, just because I know you will get it, because if you got the previous one right, you can get the table also. You're just not making the right profile.
Okay. Thank you.
Just try it. Yeah, try it and let me know. Then I'll help you out after class.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, how to change the height of the column, ma'am? I'm not getting, ma'am. Not this one, ma'am. What you created using.
Click on the column.
Yes, ma'am.
You have the height, no?
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am, again.
Yeah, tell me.
After clicking on the column?
Here, on the properties panel, you have the height, right? Top level, base level.
Ma'am, I didn't get that, ma'am. Top level?
Base level, top level, under properties panel, just like we have it for other elements, wall and all. Base level, level 1, top level, level 2.
Okay.
Could you find this?
I could find this, ma'am. Like, I'm not able to change the height, ma'am.
So this is the height, no? Base level, top level. Till what level are you aligning the top of the column? That's what you have to decide by the level, right? Okay. So when I'm placing the column also, while I'm placing the column, over here, even in the height, I have to decide. See, while you're placing it, then you can either choose the column or make it unconnected and change the height.
Okay, ma'am.
Or basically, when you have already created it, in this one you can choose the levels. Which level do you want it to align to? Did you understand why do we have levels over there?
Yes, ma'am. So basically, base level is ground level, and the next top level is what we decide.
Base level is the level to which the base of the column is aligned. Top level is the level to which the top of the column is aligned.
Okay. So if we change the height and top level, all the columns will get the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now we will see something else over here. Okay. So now we have seen how to place the column. We have seen how to create a new column. Now you have something called floor. So floor, click on the architectural floor, and it's very simple. Like even creating a floor is basically what you have to do. You have to create the boundary line. So click on the boundary line and create the boundary line first. Like this. And over here, under properties, like first of all, in this one, you have several types under floor. And even in this one, if you want to edit it, you can change the structure, the thickness and everything of the floor. Apply, okay. Now, even the level, on which level do you want the floor to be created? You can change the level. Now do okay. Now, when you go to your 3D, you will see that your floor has been created. Now, what do you think, what can be done if I want to create a cutout in the middle of the floor plan? I mean, in my floor plate?
One rectangle.
Edit profile.
Yes. Click on this, do edit boundary, and just add a cutout. Like this. So this is going to be your floor plate. And if you want to change the profile, you can change the profile also. Try doing this, everyone. Yeah?
Ma'am, while giving a floor for a proper floor plan, do we include the wall thickness as well?
Yeah.
Like the entire thickness or the halfway is enough, like from the middle of the wall, is it sufficient?
No, it depends on, like, see, the wall is going to rest on the floor only, no? So you have to include the entire thing of the, like, you have to give enough space for the wall to be created. Are you getting my point? Like, you were asking whether when you're creating the floor when you're creating this floor plate, whether to keep the entire thickness of the wall or half of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So no, you will take the entire thickness of the wall.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will see how to create, how to basically create floors using the floor plate boundary. So let's just, 1 second. Yeah. So I'll go to the one of the floor plans. Now over here, I go to wall, architectural wall, and there is this option of pick lines. Click on pick lines. Now you have to pick the line, but when the location line, now you have to change the location line. Right now it's wall center line. What do you want now? Finish face exterior, because you want the wall to be inside this boundary line of the, like whichever line you're selecting, you want the wall to be on other side, right? So click on this. Okay, so this is how you can actually select the boundary line of the floor and create your walls.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
can you please repeat it once more?
When you're making the floor plan, when you go to level 1, and level 1 you have already created a floor plate, go to architecture, wall, and change the location line to finish face exterior, because when you will pick the line, you will have to like pick the this one, and this will be the exterior face of a wall. Go to this pick line command, pick line. This green line is there and an arrow over it. Pick line command and pick the line like this.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
your
Thank
wall
you.
will be created.
Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, after selecting the floor architectural, I'm not getting the bar above the properties tab, ma'am.
What? After clicking on
Level 1, yes.
What are you
Floor.
not getting?
Ma'am, after clicking the floor architectural, ma'am, you got level 1, level 2 to choose which level, no, ma'am?
Yeah. Level 1, level 2. See, it's over here only on site, like level 1, level 2.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
I have a doubt, ma'am.
Mm.
Ma'am, while creating the floors, do we create them just on the ground floor or on all the levels, ma'am?
On all the levels.
No, what I mean is, we'll be having roofs anyway, right? The roof of the ground floor will serve as the floor of the next level.
Yeah.
So in that case, like, is this flooring still necessary, like the finish, or just the roof command will serve the purpose?
But roof, like right now we just have 2 levels, but generally we have like multiple levels, no? So
Yes.
only the top level which is going to serve as roof, that will be the roof. Rest, everything is going to be floor plates.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done, guys. Could you all create the wall using the floor plate?
Yes, ma'am.
Basically, I wanted all of you to use the pick line command. The pick line command is going to be very helpful. Now, another thing which you have to see over here is how to add false ceiling. So we can even add false ceiling. So go to ceiling, and then either you can automatically create the ceiling by just bringing your cursor between a closed space. So Revit, see, automatically Revit highlights the red, whatever enclosed space by wall is there, Revit automatically highlights it by red color. Or you can sketch the ceiling. So let's say I go to sketch ceiling. And even over here, I will have this option of pick line. So I'll just go and I will start picking the inner lines of the wall. So now I have picked all the inner lines of the wall. Now on the properties panel, it will tell you that what is the height offset from level 1 for the ceiling. So I'm creating it in level 1, I mean in the first floor plan, in the first floor, ground floor. So now I will have the base level as level 1, and from that level I will have a height offset of 2600 mm. And you can also choose the property of your compound ceiling over here. Now once you are done with that, you can even go to edit type and change the structure of the ceiling. Just like we were doing for wall or wall, roof, floor, whatever structural changes you want to do, you can change it under structure edit. Now once you're done with that, apply OK, and the boundary is created, do OK. Now when you go to your 3D, you see a ceiling has been created. Now you also have something called ceiling plan, so you can actually go here and you can see the ceiling also. Okay, try creating this, everyone. I'll show you one very useful command now. After you're done with this, I'll show you one very useful command. For now, just create the ceiling and go to your 3D and check whether your ceiling has been created or not. You can even change the property. You can change the grid, like this thing to grid style. And then when you will go to your reflected ceiling plan, you will see the grid lines also.
Ma'am, how the grid has been formed, ma'am?
By changing the property of the ceiling. So I selected the ceiling and I selected the grid one. Like this was the basic ceiling. I did the compound ceiling.
Okay, ma'am.
Under compound ceiling, I chose the grid option.
Ma'am, that grid, it won't be visible, right? It is just for our reference if we want to design something on the ceiling, right?
As in what, like designs, you want to add some detail on the ceiling, is it?
Yeah, so for that, the grid, what we are, is just for the reference, right? It won't be visible, like it won't be a grid
Yeah,
visible.
it's basically for that, like when you add those grid tiles and you have those, the grid lines are visible, no? It's for that reference.
Yeah, okay, that's what. Okay.
Ma'am, but my grid lines are not visible actually.
Zoom in. Either you have created the entire thing too big.
No, I'm not able to see my grid lines, ma'am. Even I zoomed in also.
Then like did you go to your ceiling plan and are you zooming in properly? Check whether
Yes.
your this thing, go to your 3D. Okay, I'll tell you another way to check it. Like for now, you can just go here and press tab and check for this one whether your the grid is turned on or not, and also in the edit type you can check whether the material is right or not. Even the material, the pattern is there or not.
Yeah, now is it visible, ma'am?
Okay, now is everybody done with creating the ceiling?
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
I'll tell you some like one very interesting command which is going to be helpful. And Karan, you can use actually this command to generate the section view very easily. I'll tell you what. So
Yes, ma'am.
go to your 3D view. Under your properties panel, you have something called section box. Click on that. Now this is a box which is appearing. Now basically what happens, whatever is there inside the box, that is only going to be visible. Rest, nothing is going to be visible. So if I drag it towards this portion, see, I'm getting a section of my entire model like this. So you will actually get a sectional view of your entire model. Make sure you're in your 3D. Under your properties panel, you have the section box. Click on that one. Now, if you uncheck this, it will be gone. If you check this, it will come back, and then again you will have to adjust it. But how do I hide it? What if I want this, exactly this view? How do I hide it? So click on your section box and right click. Pay attention over here, everyone. I'm telling you how to hide any element in Revit. Click on the rectangular, basically your box which is there, section box. Right click and do hide in view, and then select the element. This is your view now. Your section box is there, but it's hidden. Now, what if you want to get back the hidden element?
Ma'am?
Yeah?
Ma'am, that ceiling won't have the thickness?
What won't have the thickness?
The ceiling won't have the thickness?
Filling.
Ceiling, yeah, ceiling.
What filling? Like this
The slab which we have, will it have like floor is just a flooring, right? Below that we can have the slab. Will it have thickness or not? That is what she's.
But that you don't show in this one, no? Like you never show it in when you're making your structural part. You will get that when you're making your site and showing that site. So don't worry about that. You never have to show the filling when you're doing like this. Like if you just have your floor plan, if you create a site below it, then automatically under the section you will get it. So don't worry about it now. We will get the filling like later. We'll get to the fit when we get to the site part. Then we will see the filling also.
Okay.
Right now, just concentrate on the floor plate and the ceiling. So yeah, so as I was saying, now here you have your building, you have your ceiling also. So this is a very easy way of seeing the section of your model. Now, if you want to see the hidden elements again, you have to click on this reveal hidden element bulb, this bulb. Click on this bulb. Now, you will see all the elements which are hidden. So for now, only my section box was hidden. So I will see the section box. And I can unhide element. Okay, and then you can just turn off the light, the bulb which is over here, and you will get back here all the revealed elements. Click on this rectangular, the section box, right click, hide the element, and then again to see which all elements are hidden in your view, you have to go click on this reveal hidden element bulb. And then click on this pink box, unhide element, and then again turn off the bulb. Do this everybody. Yeah.
One doubt. When we make the section box, is there any how can we place this section what we made just now in a different sheet or what? Can we do that?
In a different sheet, as in a sheet which belongs to a different project file?
No. In this project, we make a sheet. In we have to place the 3D section, the section of this model and the plan and everything. And if we place that and it is done. So if we want to change them and we have to make another view, another section out of it.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. We will learn all these things. We will learn like how to create all the different 3D views and how to put it in the sheet. Everything we will learn. Don't worry.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And I think Pranali, you asked for this thing, is it the filling under the building?
Yeah, I was actually asking the ceiling thickness, like in section we showed.
So that's what I felt. See, because it was at certain angle, no, so you couldn't see the thickness. When you zoom in, you will see that there is thickness to the ceiling.
Yeah. Okay.
And there is also layer additional because the those tiles are there, no. So they have given a layer also.
Layers, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you just have to zoom in.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is it possible to make perspective sections with this section box?
Perspective section, as in you want like 1 point perspective and all those things?
Yes, ma'am.
No, this is just a section box. I mean, you can just rotate this around and get the view. You won't have like a 1 point. This box can't change the perception of the model.
Okay.
That all those things you will see later on when we are dealing with the camera, because camera is the element which basically which will command the entire view of the model. Okay. Now, another thing which we will see over here is, so we have seen the floor, we have seen the ceiling, even roof we have seen, column, window, door, wall, all these things we have seen. Now, I will start with another topic, which is ramp. So all right. So now over here we have covered all these topics, like how to create ceiling, floor, column, door, window, wall. So all these things you know. Or before going to ramp, I'll tell you one another important thing, that is how to basically import a CAD file into your uh, project file. So go to insert, okay, go to insert, and over here you have something called import CAD. Click on import CAD. Then from here you can actually go to any folder where you have the CAD file, and now you have to pay attention to this part, that the file name is there, file type is there, colors you can preserve whatever colors are there, layers or layers you want. If you don't want all layers, you can specify that also. Import units, you can see. Positioning, you can see origin to origin. Place at which level, that you have to see, and then open. Now, if you're not able to see the imported CAD file, you just have to right click and do zoom to fit. Whatever is there on your screen, it will appear on your screen. It will be there in your workspace. So this way you can easily create your CAD file. Now, once basically you can import your CAD file. Now there are two options: import CAD and link CAD. So what is the difference between import CAD and link CAD? Import CAD, once you bring this, like this is a CAD file, right? So once you have brought it into the Revit file, now whatever changes you are going to make in this CAD file outside Revit file, it won't be reflected over here because the link has been cut. Now this file has become a part of Revit file. It's not linked to the CAD file which is outside the Revit file. So whatever changes you will be doing, it won't be reflecting on this one. But when you do link CAD, it's the same thing what you are doing. Like you will have to click and open. But what will happen if you make any changes in the CAD file and then save and close the CAD file, and also even in the Revit file you have to reopen the Revit file, then automatically your system will link the CAD file changes to the Revit file. So it will be reflected in your Revit file also. So that is the basic difference. So now let's say that this is the imported one. So always remember that whenever you are importing the CAD file, it is going to be pinned. What was the purpose of pinning any object? Can anyone tell me?
To stop it from moving.
Yeah. So now you can actually unpin it and then move it wherever you want. Another thing, whenever you are importing any CAD file, you have to pay attention that you go to your edit type, check the import parameter, import unit, and scale factor. Scale factor should be 1, and import unit you should be like you should be taking care of the import unit whatever you want, and then do OK. Now even in this part you see on which level you want to put it, you can place it on that level. Now what is the benefit of having a CAD file? How is it helpful for us? So now if I go to architecture, I go to wall, architectural wall, this pick line command, I can easily pick these lines to create the wall. So these will act as the reference lines for me. Can you see? I go to my pick line command and I can easily pick all the lines. And wall would be created. Okay. Now, just try doing this, everyone. Try importing a CAD file.
While importing a CAD file,
yeah,
we can do the entire CAD file and then we can import, right? Generally, like in SketchUp, what we do, we make a block and then we import the CAD, right? But in this, it's not like that. We can put all the doors and
yes. But you know what, I'll tell you, although you will learn later that you don't even you can actually make the entire thing from scratch in Revit itself, like the drafting also, 2D drafting. But then let's say if you have it in your CAD file and you want to use that as reference, always before bringing it to Revit, clear the file, as in clear the unwanted things.
Okay.
Let's say you want for creating the walls and structural parts. So what we do generally, we clear off all the things, like whatever unnecessary elements are there. I'll just keep the wall layer, I'll just keep the column layer, that's it.
Or the basics.
Sorry, what?
Only the basic we should keep.
Yeah, only the basic. Otherwise, there's no point of bringing those heavy CAD files over here and creating chaos. So just keep it clean. If you want to take the reference from the CAD file, if you're making the drafting over here only, then there's no problem.
Okay. So ma'am, after linking the CAD file, even if I make any changes in CAD file, it will be automatically done here?
Yeah, you just have to close both the file and reopen the Revit file again.
Okay.
Save and close the CAD file. Even over here, save and just close the Revit file and then reopen the Revit file. So basically you have to close it so that the linking can be done. And once the linking is done, open it and then you will get the updated CAD file.
Okay, and like for example, if I'm doing a CAD file, any changes, do I have to keep the Revit file open or it's okay?
No, nothing like that, nothing like that. That's why it's nothing called live sync. It's not a live sync. You have to close the files and then reopen it so that it can be updated.
Okay.
Okay. Now, anybody having any doubts regarding this?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No? Okay.
No, ma'am.
All right. Then. So, I have two doubts for now. One is from Pragya and one is from Karan. So, I'll get back to you guys as soon as I'm done with the classes and all. When I get time, I'll get back to you guys. Okay?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
okay, guys. Thank you so much. If you have any other doubt, then just post it on the group or message me personally. And also, guys, if you have any doubt, no, it's better that just make a recording of that thing, because like when you type, it gets difficult for me also to understand and help you out. So just make a recording of whatever trouble you're facing and send it to me. Then I'll get a clear idea, okay, where are you going wrong, and I can see the settings also on your screen. So do that and share it with me if you have any doubt.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, all right, fine. Okay then, guys, I'll end the class now. And I think, yes, today morning I didn't get time because of meetings to upload the e-material. I'll do it tonight for sure. Okay, so I'll update the e-material also.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, then. Bye, guys.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.